Greetings. How's it going? I want to talk about a couple things. One is the BBC in London. A couple of executives got fired over this editing that they did in their documentary about Trump and January 6th. And when you played, I saw Trump's full speeches, right? And then I saw some of these horrible edits and heard little snippets of them all over NPR and BBC. Horrible. Trump, they actually, conveyed the opposite of what Trump had said. Trump was kind of saying, yeah, don't go into the Capitol, don't, and be peaceful, whatever, something like that. I remember it. It was kind of like a stand down. Hey, great guys, thanks for showing up. Just keep celebrating, have a good time. Don't do anything crazy. I forget what but I heard him say it. I heard that speech on the day of. I was watching 6 streams. I had 6 streams going January 6th for some reason. And what I experienced was completely different than what the media conveyed ever thereafter. I saw people, mostly were protesters. Most of them that were there were protesting. And there were some guys in the crowd saying, let's go, yeah, let's go. They were all feds. But, and a lot of the people in the crowd seemed to kind of know it. But anyway, the day of January 6th, oh yeah. So Heritage Foundation versus Tucker Carlson. So Tucker and Candace Owens. The BBC, the January 6th thing. So that the BBC. So a couple of these executives got fired for the way they decided to edit this video to convey an opposite meaning. And I think that's really cool. If media could start getting held accountable, and if we could start getting the real story of things. I mean, there's a documentary waiting to happen. It would just be such a great 60 minutes special, or Frontlines, PBS, Frontlines, dun, 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 dun. The manipulation of the COVID crisis. Dun, 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 dun. Information was it wasn't just a mistake. Dun, 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 dun. So anyway, there's some great documentaries just waiting to get made. So many things waiting to be exposed. So many lies, narratives that were pushed really hard and still are kind of being pushed. And it's crazy. So that's that. That's the January 6th BBC. Okay, so the other thing is Heritage Foundation. Yeah, so there's kind of this on the conservative side of things. They're kind of in a tailspin right now. And that's exciting. That creates an opportunity. I say engage with them. Get in there. Put your 2 cents in. There's people who want peace. They really do want peace. They want to get out of this Ukraine nightmare. They want to be done with the giving so much money to Israel. And there's just all kinds of divisions and stuff going on right now. And then the truth of what happened to Charlie Kirk, this whole spectacle of Charlie Kirk, what happened, the reality of Charlie Kirk, what happened. Candace lost her friend. She's just pushing hard. I think her site's getting like more hits than just about anyone else's right now. She might be number 1, or even over Joe Rogan, and I don't know, but it's just zany what is going on. So there's people in the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation is kind of being whipped up to keep supporting Israel really hard, So there's all these backdoor meetings and stuff. This guy Kevin was kind of slapped into this place for saying supportive things about Tucker, and he's kind of walked some of it back and taking the more pro-Israel stance, after some meeting with some guy, some handler, kind of came in to handle him. So it's scary how much we're under the influence of Israel. The guy who came in to handle him had this name like Yoram. It sounded really Hebrew, but I bet his name is really like Milikovsky, some sort of Russian or Polish, German, who knows. But now he's got some crazy, super Hebrew sounding name, which if that's his real name, more power to him. I love it. I love the name. I actually love the way it sounds, but I don't think it's authentic. That's what I'm kind of pointing out here. All right, he was brought in as a handler to handle this guy, Kevin something, who said some favorable things about Tucker or wasn't mean enough about Tucker, and was also maybe honest about Israel. All right, have a good one.